Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone whom teach well, who taught us this truth. This is your brother Yashamai from the GMS Atlantic camp, and we are continuing in watching some more of this blasphemy from this Christian. Supposedly, he got into a debate with an Israelite. I've already done one video on it. I'm probably gonna do some more because there's quite a bit of topics here, but I wanted to get the point here. That we're going to get into, okay? So let's go ahead and play it, and then we'll get some scriptures to get some edification here.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you come back tomorrow and call me, because we're going nowhere here fast, and I got other callers, but call me back with some more arguments, right? This is why these guys are just disgusting at how they make God a racist God, because their God is racist.
Yes.
You understand? They are promoting racism. They are racist, and they're making their God racist.
Behold the former things.
The Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is a nationalist, man. And we are not making him a racist. We are not making him a nationalist. We are only reading what the scriptures say. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, has only always dealt with one group of people. And who was that group of people? It was always the Israelites. When you go into the Exodus of Egypt, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai saved his people, the Israelites. And what did he do to the Egyptians? He plundered them. All right, he smashed Pharaoh. For that the scripture said he raised up Pharaoh just so he could smash him out, man, so that he could sanctify his name. All right, there isn't one instance where the Most High made a covenant with anybody else. Matter of fact, the only time that you can find the word new covenant is in Jeremiah 31 and 31. Let's go ahead and get that. Because see, these Christians, they understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, is a nationalist. But what they try to do is they try to say, oh, well, that's in the Old Testament, but now, now we are written, and now we're in the New Covenant. Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, and saith the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, that I will make a new covenant with who? With the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, has always been working with the Israelites only, and the only time that the new covenant is mentioned, you go right back to Israel and the house of Judah, the northern and the southern kingdom. So now let's get some edification. And look, man, these people, they don't have a problem with us. They got a problem with the scriptures. They got a problem with Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai warned us about this. John 15 verse 18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you, and that's what this world does, man. This world hates us when we read the scriptures to them. Again, this isn't us saying this on our own accord. If that was the case, then okay, I could understand the frustration, but this is us just reading what the scriptures are saying, man. And Yahweh Shai was telling the world. Do you think Pharaoh loved Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, when he was getting destroyed? No. Do you think King Nebuchadnezzar loved Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, when Daniel told him that he was going to lose his kingdom? No. Well, King Belshazzar, Salakia, because that's who Daniel told it to. But the point here is that these other nations hated our power, and they hated us because when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's name was being sanctified, and is going to be sanctified again, by the way, but in the ancient times, when his name was being sanctified and his power was being shown, it was being shown for our salvation and their detriment, man. And so the same thing is being done today. The Spirit has been breathed back onto us. We're standing upon our feet. He's getting us in order in front of their eyes, and they hate to see it. They hate to see it because they understand. They have the history. They can go into the book of 2 Samuel chapter 8, and they can see how David was. Man, when Israel was in its right standing, David was setting up garrisons. David was taking these Edomites and these Moabites out, man. So yeah, where was the love then? See, these Christians, they want to read. They'll go into the Old Testament for half a second, and then they'll jump right back out and go into the New Testament, and then tell you that the Old Testament is done away with, man. They know, man. They know. Let's get some. Let's get the word nationalist because we're gonna show that the scriptures. No, no, the scriptures are gonna show. Salakia. I'm gonna say it like that. The scriptures are gonna show that Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, is in fact a nationalist. All right, because what is a nationalist is a person who strongly identifies with their own nation. And lo and behold, let's get Amos 3 verse 1. Hear this word, the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So here's that person has spoken against you, O children of Israel. So here's that person identifying with his nation. Isn't that what that definition said? A person who strongly identifies with their own nation. So Yahweh is identifying with his own nation here, and then from there we can just jump to verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth, even a stronger identifier. Therefore, I will punish you for all of your iniquity. See, everybody wants to be inclusive. Now that the 100% truth is coming out, now that America's fallen, now everybody wants to be, a quotation mark Jew. Now y'all want to do that, but y'all wanted nothing to do. Y'all look, they had no problem being separate during the transatlantic slave trade. They had no problem being separate during the Trail of Tears. Y'all took a part in it, man. This guy is of a Middle Eastern descent. I don't know where he's from, all right? But if he's from the Middle East, even the Middle Easterners, they had a part. Man, look, go into the sub-Saharan slave trade, man. The sub-Saharan slave trade was a big thing, and it was at the behest of these people. Y'all didn't have a problem when the separation was there, when we were being chastised. Now y'all have a problem when we still apply. Hey, we're still separated, but now we're just not getting our asses beat. We're still separated. We're about to receive salvation. Oh no. Now y'all want to break up that, man. He is as death, and he cannot be filled, man. That's why they have to go, man. That's why they have to go. We shouldn't have to be doing these videos to be disproving his lies, man. At this point, the scriptures are out. Here it is, but it's every day they come up with a different reason. And that's okay because, we understand it's for the edification of the church, man. A person who strongly identifies with their own nation. Let's get 2 Ezra 55, because even the prophets understood this. Everybody's scared to be called a nationalist, man. But look, it's okay to be proud to be an American. It's okay to be that bullshit, but you can't be proud to be an Israelite because then they call you a racist. No. The prophets, our forefathers, understood that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, that he was a nationalist. 2 Ezra 6 and 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. The Most High is not dealing with these other nations. He calls you a drop from the bucket, man. All right? Yeah. Matter of fact, the nations are nothing. Let's get that in Isaiah, KJV. Oh, because that's in the Apocrypha. That's not canon. Okay, Isaiah 40 verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. Now what? Oh, well, you got none to say here, man. And now, oh, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, y'all have always been nothing, man, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us, man. And that's why just as there was the separation during our chastisement, there's going to be a separation during the salvation, man. Quit trying to jump the line, man. All right? Let's go back into here. It says, strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously supports his interest. And so what are the interests of his nation? The interest of his nation, Isaiah 14, behold, I will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. That's his nation. What? Verse 2, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So he's a nationalist that is supporting his own nation vigorously, and that's our interest. How can he love everyone, but then uh, is he gonna love them when we take them? Like, uh, the Most High doesn't love everyone, man. Y'all are going into captivity. We keep having to come up with these, examples to show you guys this. It's plain. It's simple, man. They can't get it. They can't get it. I hope they don't get it. That's what Day said. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. I hope you don't get it, man. Well, they're not getting this spiritually, man. 2nd Ezra 7 verse 10. Now this is the angel, which is a messenger of the Most High, acknowledging what? Let's let the scripture speak. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. So again, a nationalist, Israel's portion, not the world's portion. Verse 11, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. So the point here is that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai through his angel told Ezra that the world was made for Israel. He's a nationalist, man. Just like a father builds, a treehouse or a Lego set, or he fixes a car. He does it for who? He does it for his son. And now apply that even more. He sees his son waiting. He sees the dad. He's working on the treehouse, and then the son has to go through hell. Just like the nation of Israel did. And we're waiting, and then it's done. Okay, and now his sons have been eagerly waiting. They've been praying. Yeah, come on, Yasharallah, Yabashem. Yeah, come. And now it's done, and now the son gets to enjoy it. You think the father's gonna let these other people come cut in and wait while at the time that the house of David, or that this treehouse was being built up, they were trying to keep us from building up this house, this spiritual temple? Of course not, man. This world was made for their sakes, man. That's what the scriptures say. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is a nationalist, man. Psalms 147. Matter of fact, let's go back here. It says its interest, especially to the exclusion. All right, because he didn't give his word to everybody else. Psalms 147 verse 20. He has not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. So we are not saying that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is a nationalist. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is showing you that he is a nationalist, and he's showing you better than we can tell you, man. All right, he's showing you through his actions, because there is an exclusion, man. And then furthermore, it says, the very next word, it says, to the exclusion or detriment. Now, I got that word detriment pulled up. That word detriment means the state of being harmed or damaged, man. And that's exactly what these people have coming, man. He is exalting us to your detriment. And that's in the scriptures, man. Isaiah 49 and 23. This is the kingdom that we're praying for. This is the continued separation. All right, except again, the chastisement will have been completed. All right, and now the glory will have come. Lamentations 4 verse 20. All right, it says, and kings shall. This is Isaiah 49 and 23. It says, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth. This is the detriment. All right, you guys were up. Now you're going to be down. And lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. And that's what we're doing, man. We don't need to go downtown and have these Edomites or these heathens start to lick our boots, man, like these other camps. They're still in captivity. No, we are waiting for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai to come down, and he's going to get the glory. And because he gets the glory, we get to be alongside our bigger brother, man. All right, but it's going to be to your detriment. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, he is a nationalist. Now let's continue to get some more detriment. All right, because we as a nation lived the detriment of chastisement, man. All right, and the whole world just stood back and watched us, just like the whole world right now. The whole world right now is standing back and watching these ICE raids, watching people getting plucked up from their homes. The whole world is stand back watching the National Guard go into these Southern Kingdom states, man. All right, and what's the whole world doing? Yeah, thank you, Trump. Yeah, please do. Oh yeah, get them out of here. Yeah, they're illegal. They don't deserve to be here. Okay, y'all want to be separate? Okay, keep being separate. But the minute we break out and say, hey, you know what? Keep that separation there. You know, like when you go through the grocery store and then you put that little like plastic thing as like a separator when you're behind somebody at the cashier. Like, this is mine. Okay, y'all kept that there the whole day. Y'all walked into the store with the fucking separator bar and then walked around and said, get away from me. Okay, keep that motherfucker right there, man. Keep that motherfucker right there, because you know what? We're about to step into our kingdom, man. And then what? The minute y'all start to see this happening, then you want to hide that separately. No. Keep it right there, man. We got to keep them separated. That's right. Psalms 149, verse 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth. And that's what it is right now, man. All right. And a two-edged sword in their hand. And that two-edged sword is going into the scriptures. All right. We have the scriptures now, man. And this is the scripture speaking. Verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. And real quick, how do we know that two-edged sword is the scriptures? Because we're not going to need, the scripture says that a sword shall not be lifted up. There ain't going to be no weapons in the kingdom. All right? This is the word that comes out of our mouth and is as fire. And this is what melts these people, man. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. Punishments for what? Punishments for devouring us, man. The scripture says that all that found us devoured us. Jeremiah 50:7. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, their habitation of justice. Even Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the hope of their fathers. These people knew who we were, man. When they were selling us, they knew who we were. All right? But they didn't stop. They forwarded the affliction, as the scripture says. So you know what? Okay, we were separated then. We're going to be separated now. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So again, we're not saying that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is a nationalist, or as you would call him, a racist. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is telling you his promises. This is his promise to us, is that we are going to put chains around these other heathens and punish them for what they've done to us, man. That's what y'all did to us. But the minute that we say that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to recompense you, then y'all got a problem with us. Y'all don't got a problem with us, man. Y'all got a problem with the scriptures, man. And that's okay. That's okay. So look, man, is the Most High, is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is he a nationalist? According to the definition and according to the scriptures and the historical accounts in the Bible, the answer is yeah. You're just mad because now you're losing your power. Boo-hoo. Until the next one, shalom.